So today I did a webinar on something that I think will be just the norm in 12, 18 months time. So I was talking about a strategy for business development on LinkedIn where you're using a blend of organic and paid ads. Essentially using the best performing organic content, aligning that with your content pillars and putting that out on a consistent basis so that you know that you're reaching the right people every single time that you post. And this video, if you like, is almost my I told you so. I think this tactic is something that every LinkedIn expert is going to be talking about in the next 6, 12, 18 months' time, because as LinkedIn traffic organically falls through the floor, we need a way to consistently reach our audience, because that's the goal of LinkedIn marketing, right? Is we want to, it's another channel for us to put our message in front of the right audience consistently. And it's a bit counterintuitive because many times people tell me they want to go viral and they want to get big and they want to be and grow using that methodology. And it's like, yeah, but the more people you get seen by when you're going organically, ironically, the fewer people in your ideal customer profile you're actually putting your message in front of. So the goal isn't to be successful organically, it's to be in front of the right people. And LinkedIn ads have this terrible rap, and quite deservedly, I guess, for being very expensive. But the tactics and the techniques that I'm talking about at the moment, you can implement from as little as £300 a month. If you're watching this in the US, that's $400 a month, and you can build them out to have multiple content pillars, and you can scale them up. You could be spending £300 a month or £300,000 a month, and the principles still apply. We're taking our best performing organic content and we're forming a layer over the top. That means that we're selecting our audience by job title and industry, and putting ourselves in front of those people time and time again. If you're account-based marketing focused and you have specific companies you want to get in with, you can actually make sure that you're hitting those companies again and again and again. We've worked with massive multi-billion-dollar construction companies with contracts or tenders up for Network Rail, where we've done just that. 3 to 5 work-winning case studies, messages that we want out there. Build that audience just to people, the 8,800 people on LinkedIn that work for Network Rail at the time, and run ads to them. And it works because people then go, oh, well, I see you everywhere. That's the goal we want. And these kind of organic ads, if you like, this organic plus that I'm talking about is so effective at building reputation and trust, because these are ads that don't look like ads. That's the key bit here. Is this isn't a fancy graphic to a landing page. This is who we are. These are our case. This is a case study. This is something we've done. These are essentially a way of putting yourself in front of your audience on a consistent basis, but there's not that traditional call to action. Now you can, because you're using paid, put a link or something in there to get people to do something, but it shouldn't be about sales. These posts shouldn't look like ads. They should be something that your audience would consume, and find the value, whether they were doing this, whether they were scrolling for time or they were looking for a specific solution. They should be something that tells a story, humanizes you. I hate that phrase, but it's true. People gotta believe there's a person behind the face, and that's only going to get worse with AI and all that kind of stuff. We're actually going to see this trend really grow over time as people want to see that more and more and more. So this, I think, is going to be the thing. In 6, 12, 18 months, every single person, someone probably brand it better than I have as, organic plus or whatever, but it's going to be something. As organic reach declines, we need a solution to be able to find the right audience and put our message in front of them consistently. And this simple process of best organic into content pillars, build 2 or 3 core audiences, promote those, and build campaigns between £300 and £1,500 to reach your audience on a consistent basis, I think that's something that everyone's going to be talking about. It may be packaged differently, explained differently, but essentially, the days of just hoping that you reach your audience on LinkedIn should be over if you're serious about growing your B2B business. This is an approach that's going to help you get results, but not in that traditional way. Because when I talk about this, I get asked about ROI a lot as well. And ROI of reputation and awareness is always difficult to calculate, right? Always difficult. With this, because we're laying it over the organic and it's that you will get opportunities. We're working with companies that we've been running this for even just for a couple of weeks, and clients they've been trying to get over the line for quite some time have converted because they've seen that message. Now, as the marketer, I'm like, I did this, we did this, it's marketing. Whereas sales have been banging that drum for a long time, but it was that bit of content that they saw, that video of a partnership between this company and someone else in their industry that got them over the line. That is getting the MD connection requests from CTOs in infrastructure companies in their industry that are right up their alley, and they wouldn't have dreamed necessarily being able to get into. So I know this happens. I know it's working. It's working in how we promote our business as well. So I don't think this will be optional in the future. I think this will just be a standard thing that people do, and it won't be seen as LinkedIn ads in that traditional sense. It'll be seen as that organic plus, that kind of, I hate to say it, but Facebook boost of a post type thing, which is cringe, but that's what it's going to be. It's going to be this thing of like, well, if we're going to create good content, let's make sure it reaches the right people and it takes you off the content wheel. Can't stress that enough. You're not thinking, oh, I have to post one today to feed the algorithm. We don't need to feed the algorithm anymore. We're hitting people consistently. We just need the right posts once a week, once a month, even once you've got a thing up to show that you're still active and present. But you can let your organic plus content do the work for you and do the heavy lifting. And we can do the sales enablement on top of liking, connecting with those people, seeing who's viewed the profile. And we do this from personal profiles and our company pages as well.